Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we did, we started unlocking the gatherers and crafters. Off camera I made this mess. You might be thinking like, what in the hell is this? Well, I decided to recreate the, basically the hotbar of my main character. I think actually go and check something out, because now I'm a little bit confused about something else. But I think it's fine. Well, I can't see that because I didn't take a large enough picture. Anyway, I decided to go and recreate the hotbar of my main character. Because I think it's a very good idea. Yeah, speaking of which, let me go and move this upwards and add 3 and 4 to this. Can be handy in certain situations where I can mark things. In any case, all of the things that are still blank over here is like I have a couple of places for emotes, which I would eventually put here. And then over here will be minor, I think. I'm gonna check. I like to do them in order over here, so. It's minor, botanist, fisher, carpenter, after goldsmith. I don't remember, but in any case, like all of these are gonna be filled up with jobs of every kind. So at some point, all of this will be filled up. But for the time being, it's just going to be a mess like that. On that adventure, you stand within the Miners Guild, the place where seekers of the realm's mineral wealth gather. With pickaxe and sledgehammer, we miners work rock and earth that they might yield us ores, fossils, precious stones, and more. If you have a mind to join our ranks, you will be pleased to know that we are currently recruiting. Great riches await those with strong backs and keen eyes. A decision you will not regret. You have just taken your first step towards making it rich. Or towards striking it rich, whatever. To look at the lands around Ul'dah, one would be forgiven for thinking the region barren of opportunity. But beneath the surface, the scene could not be more different. There lie veins of copper, silver, and gold beyond measure. For as long as he has dwelt in Thanalan, man has availed himself of these vast deposits, giving rise to a thriving mining trade, which forms the foundation of our nation's prosperity. Of course, the mining trade as it is today owes much to an event which took place a century and a half ago, namely the Mad Mithril Rush. Never before had the Sultanate seen such an influx of migrants. Endless throngs came from lands near and far, spurred on by the dreams of discovering the Motherlode. Alas, a harsh reality awaited them. You see, the vast majority of these poor souls were miners in name alone, and they possessed neither the proper equipment nor the training to realize their dreams. To make matters worse, the mining concerns, who in these days held absolute power, did not scruple to exploit them. Presented with a glut of unskilled labor, they proceeded to fill every tunnel to bursting, and atrocious working conditions soon became the norm. Miners were paid a pittance for backbreaking labor, and saw naught of the riches they unearthed. Pushed to breaking point, the workers banded together to form the Miners Guild, with the aim of improving conditions while protecting the integrity of the trade. Since then, we have sought to educate folks in correct mining practices, both to prevent accidents and to curb the impact that our trade has upon the environment. I trust you now have a better understanding of what we do. All that is left is to commit your name to our role. When you are ready to do so, please speak with me again. I shall guide you through the enrollment procedure. So, are you ready to join the Miners Guild? Music to my ears, aye. The kind when one's pickaxe strikes gold. Oh god. You must introduce yourself to Guildmaster Adalberta right away. Why do people keep talking to me on Discord? Her approval is required if you are to be formally admitted to our ranks. In case you're unaware, Adalberta is perhaps the most accomplished of those miners who still swing a pickaxe. Her understanding of our trade is unsurpassed, and her flair for prospecting uncanny. Her brain, in short, is a veritable gold mine of knowledge, much of it concerning the mining of gold. Jesting apart, you stand to learn a great deal from her. When you are ready, pray present yourself to Adalberta. She will, you will find her down the steps over yonder, over by the bar. I'm gonna be right back, because I need to fix this. Alright, let us once again continue. Well, mid-adventure, Adalberta, that's the name, or Adalberta, Berta's my name. And I'm the master of this guild. I take it you wish to become a miner? Well, our doors are open to all who aren't afraid to work hard and get dirty. Thanks to recent advances in refining techniques, it's now possible to smelt even low-purity ores. I mention this because it's allowed us to reopen a number of mines, which were long thought exhausted, prompting trade to flourish. Truth be told, with business as it is at the moment, we can't take on enough new miners, and few folks make better miners than adventurers, you being a hardy lot. What's more, you're well-traveled, which serves to expand the guild's sphere of activity. Oh, but I'm not suggesting you join solely for our benefit. For your part, you'll acquire the skills that will prove to your profit, a mutually beneficial arrangement, I trust you'll agree. So what say you? You will join us, yes? Then I bid you welcome to the Miners Guild. May your toils never be unrewarded. Now then, here's a pickaxe to get you started. It's not the newest, but it should serve a novice well enough. Go on and take it up, see how it feels in your hand. Speak to me again when you're ready. Ugh. And I'll assign you a little task to help you get this into the swing of things. That was like a cold... Like, I just had like a shiver going down my spine. That's what that reaction was for. BTW. Let's go and put miner over here. You look good with a pickaxe then. Now that you're suitably equipped, your training can commence. A miner learns her craft best in the wilderness, with pickaxe in hand. To begin, let's see how you fare with good old copper ore. Bring me, say, 10 chunks. There are deposits of the stuff throughout Thailand. I doubt you'll have to go very far outside the city. Seek out some promising locations outside the Gate of the Sultanate and the Gate of Nod, and swing away. The motion may feel awkward at first, but in time it'll become second nature. Now the funny thing is, I already have the copper ore from the other quests. But I do still want to go and show you guys how this works. Go and put prospect over there. And let us go over to the Central Shroud. Also, I forgot that I need to put my mount on my hotbar. So, let's also go and activate this. I totally forgot that I need to activate it now. Let's go down this way. And then somewhere around the Gate of Nod should be some deposits for me to mine. There we go. It's these symbols over here. Mineral deposits. Right click on them. As many as 8 different types of items can be found on a single gathering point. Begin gathering by selecting an item from the list that can appear on that appears, and after right-clicking the target. Your chances of successfully obtaining the selected item are displayed as a percentage to the right of its icon. Gear with a high gathering rating will improve these chances, but only if your class level is at or above the item level. Also displayed on the right of the item icon. An item's position on the list is determined by its type. For example, branches are always found in the 3rd slot. Remembering which type of items are located in which slot will help you when coming across new types of mature trees. I love how they're talking about trees, but this is not trees. Anyway, you can just choose whatever the hell you want, depending on your level and your gathering. You will have a certain amount of chance to get it. Copper ore is ridiculously easy to get, so you can just get it like this. And then you also have a gathering log, which I think is B, yep, where you can see all of the different places where you could mine it if you have found the mining spot where you can get it. And if you have gathered it too. So let me go and gather these over here. So that they are in my list. And you also get like a lot of XP, but you may have noticed this with Fisher too. Whenever you get something new, something that you haven't gotten before, you get an XP bonus. You get a lot of XP from that. Muddy water, for instance, is going to give me a lot of XP. While if I gather it now, it's going to give me less. Also, a node at some point just runs out of the amount of stuff you can gather from it. That's another thing. I think I'm just going to discard the muddy water for now. Well, I don't know. One thing that's definitely going to be an issue, though, is going to be my inventory. If there's one thing that is going to be an issue, it is going to be my inventory. I know how this works. In any case, we learned Lay of the Land. Survey the landscape to locate the nearest mineral deposit or rocky outcrop within skill range. It can only be executed while Prospect is active. So you can use this and it's going to show you the nearest one that you can get within a certain radius. Sharp Vision increases the chance of obtaining items while gathering by 5%. Does not apply when the items is at a 0% chance because you do not have anywhere near the amount that you need to gather it. And that's basically gathering at the beginning in any case. There's some more finicky things later on, but I feel like gathering, especially like mining and being a miner and being a botanist, is fairly straightforward. Sten chunks of copper ore I want. Yes, yes, yes. Have this. Get a load of this. Let's see here, 10 chunks, just as I ordered. Well done then. Tell me, is being a miner odd like you imagined? Harder than expected, is it? All no recruits say as much. It takes a combination of knowledge, experience, and instinct to know where to dig. Yet it's ultimately backbreaking labor that yields you your prize. Make no mistake then, mining is grueling work and you'll be dog-tired most of your waking hours. But tell me, did you not feel invigorated each time your pickaxe struck home? Did you not experience a thrill of triumph when the earth finally yielded up your prize? That is what we miners live for. You may be ripe to collapse, your face caked in weak old dirt, but the promise of discovery drives you on. And the instant you find that which you have long sought, in that sparkling instant, you feel like a god among men. You've made a fine start, and I would see you maintain your efforts. Practice swinging your pickaxe till your arms have learned the motion. Then return here. I'll have another little task for you. Right. Now we need to be level 5, which I think I may reach by finishing this quest. No, okay. I'm not high enough level then. Alright, as you can see, I've just been gathering a lot of these things, which are useless to me. Because I already have a rope and all that jazz. It will. Let us go and get the Weaver Guild unlocked. Now, I have been wondering something else, though. Do I just learn all of these traits? Or do I need to finish a quest to learn some of these? Or like, not traits, but abilities. That's something I've been wondering a little bit already. Because otherwise I could technically off-camera work on leveling him up to level 50 and then do all of the quests in a row. That's what I've been thinking. But at the same time, I'm not sure. It's a difficult one, actually. Because I could, off-camera, just level them up to max, but then you won't really be able to, like, see, I guess, kind of the intricacies of crafting, sometimes. Crafting and gathering. No, I think I'll see what I do. Let's continue just getting them first. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the wellspring of Ulda's fashion. From humble threads, our peerless artisans weave wonders, dreams in fabric form. We are renowned as Eorzea's finest purveyors of quality textiles, and as her foremost arbiters of style. Needless to say, such renown was not won without effort. Ours is a tremendously demanding profession, you see, but also a highly rewarding one. It is little wonder that so many adventurers have set their hearts upon joining us. Might you be one of them? Ah, I thought as much. Then I am sure you're eager to learn all about our illustrious history. As I'm sure you know, Thanalan can be a perilous place. Its vast deserts being wont to punish the unprepared, while a menagerie of ferocious beasts stalk the sands. The greatest foe is, of course, the midday sun. And so, ever since man set foot in this region, he has favored the light, flowing fabrics that shield him from the sun's rays while allowing his skin to breathe. Of course, Uldans have ever been a people of taste, and demand for more extravagant design spurred innovation, resulting in textile goods whose appeal extended far beyond our borders. Merchants had little trouble selling Uldan fabrics in foreign markets, so great was their reputation for beauty and quality. And when traders from those same markets sought to peddle their lesser products in Thanalan, well, it gave us little cause for concern. Sunsilk tapestries is synonymous with the textile trade in Ulda. You see, those who came here hoping to peddle cheap rags swiftly learned the price of doing business in our territory. Wiser men and women with an interest in our trade choose instead to join the guild, which the company generously operates for the betterment of Uldan society. We offer our members the tools and techniques needed to become successful, and should they prove themselves especially skilled, they may even be offered direct employment as sunsilk weavers. Just imagine, adventure, your designs could one day dictate the course of Uldan fashion. If you desire such fame and influence, then you might be granted a place with us, provided that you are willing to embrace hard work. To ensure candidates can endure the rigors of our profession, our guildmaster has taken it upon himself to evaluate each one personally. When you're ready to submit yourself to his rigorous scrutiny, say the word. Are you ready to meet the guildmaster? First impressions are everything, and you do not want to present yourself poorly. Excellent, though I do wonder if your attire is appropriate for the occasion. You will find the esteemed Redolent Rose supervising guild operations over yonder. He is, how shall I put this? He is relentless in his pursuit of excellence. So long as you demonstrate that you are similarly committed, he will treat you with fairly and with respect. What do we have here? Another adventure in search of thrills and excitement? Should I dance you a merry jig? No? Well, if it pleases you, I suggest you run along. Perhaps the woman of the Ruby Road Exchange will be more to your liking. Oh, so you mean to become a weaver? Then we have something to discuss after all. I shall be blunt, weaving is an art, and like all true artists, we must make sacrifices and suffer for our craft. So tell me, adventurer, are you prepared to suffer? So you say, but only time will tell. In any case, you'll need equipment to get started. This needle should suffice for now. I need not explain what a needle is, I trust. Good. Then hold it as you would when sewing, and show me you're ready to begin. Right, as we unlock Weaver. Make another thing. Weaver is... where exactly? Weaver is after leatherworker. Okay. Well, you look like you were born to hold one of those. Even so, I suggest you keep it somewhere safe, especially when clambering over haystacks, as I shan't be issuing you another. Now, you certainly look the part, but it remains to be seen if you can play it. I bid you craft me a spindle of hempen yarn. A trifling task, yes? Well, I do hope you find it so. Should it seem even remotely testing, you have no future at this guild. To make hempen yarn, you will require moko grass and lightning shards. The former can be purchased from our own dear Jijima. The latter you will have to find for yourself. That is all. Right, so hempen yarns, I'm gonna need 2 of these things. That's the receptionist. 2 moko grass, please. Please. There we go. And then we can go and make ourselves some hempen yarn. Ba ba ba. Jijima can provide the moko grass, but you must secure. Yeah, whatever. Or have you made the yarn already? I have. My dude. Well, bless my soul, she can follow basic instructions. It would seem you have grasped the fundamentals. Good girl. Yarn and cloth may be mere materials, but they must be crafted with no less care than a whole garment. For though the finest garments are greater than the sum of their parts are invariably the finest. Do remember this, Lin, as you continue your training. Practice making yarn and other simple items, and return once you have attained a basic level of proficiency. Tedious, I grant you, but necessary, and you did tell me you were ready to suffer. Right, complete. Bup. Okay, so I found an idea of what I can do. One thing that I'm definitely going to work on is like making basically crafting gear. That's my idea of making crafting gear. And then we are going to go and like once I level up I can do the next quest and just continue going that way. I think. Maybe. I'm confused. In any case, that is everything for Ul'dah. Oh no, wait, what am I talking about? What am I talking about? Let's not forget the most important one. The most useful one. The alchemist. Ah, an adventurer, one of my favorite kinds of people. I find your unquestionable thirst for exploration neatly complements the burning hunger for sagacity that marks our dedicated members. Welcome to the Alchemist Guild. Though I hesitate to define alchemy in such narrow terms, our main field of expertise is the concoction of various potions and elixirs. There are ourselves to treat all manner of afflictions, not to mention miraculous libations that enhance the imbiber beyond her natural physical limits. As an adventurer, I'm sure you can appreciate the eminently practical applications of our work. What say you, madam? Care to take up mortar and pestle and join our ranks? Wonderful. Now then, allow me to give you a brief history of the guild before we tackle the official paperwork. Though alchemists are presently known as the quintessential brewers of potions, the profession itself arose from the desire to achieve an as yet unrealized ambition: The original driving purpose behind our art was, and perhaps still is, the discovery of a process that can transform base metals into gold or silver, and the mystical medium thought necessary to effect such a transformation is the Philosopher's Stone, which is itself believed to have Panacean properties and be capable of bestowing eternal life. Though success yet eludes us, years of endless experimentation towards this golden goal had the initially unintentional consequence of unearthing a wealth of knowledge in the field of alchemical medicine. Regretfully, alchemy's potential to enrich the lives of the masses was first met with a wave of distrust, as if our ability to create helpful compounds was akin to dabbling in back-alley witchcraft. The profession eventually gained credibility in Ul'dah through its integration into traditional medicine by Frondale's frontistery, an institution known for producing respected physicians. Once the city's shift in perception became known, budding alchemists wished to study without fear of persecution, journeyed to Ul'dah from every corner of the realm. It was not long before this gathering of inquisitive minds banded together to form the Alchemist Guild. Thus, while our organization is intensely focused on perfecting and sharing the fruits of our research, it is also of paramount importance that we uphold the reputation of alchemy itself as a legitimate discipline. If you would revel in the secrets of our arts, then you must be prepared to shoulder the responsibility I have described. Take a moment to dwell on these words before you truly enter the world of alchemy. Have you arrived at a decision? Are you ready to exalt in the arts of alchemy and commit to the responsibilities that your enrollment entails? Excellent, then allow me to direct you to our guildmaster. Gaining his approval is the last test you must pass before becoming a full member of the guild. You will find Guildmaster Severain attending to his experiments at his personal workbench. I must warn you, he is a rather intense individual. Pray choose your words with care. What is it this time? Ah, he must be the merchant's lackey. Come to bring me my imp wings? Let's have them then. Not a lackey, an inspiring alchemist, did you say? Speak up and pray that I heard you awry. Did that babbling fool Didrik send you to me? I especially requested that I be disturbed for nothing less than the coming of a second calamity. I appear as a kindly mentor to you. My research demands my absolute and undivided attention. I'll be gone before I am forced to... But wait, Perhaps I can. Yes, you may be the very assistant I require. I have had a change of heart. Congratulations, I approve your application to the guild. It is with great pleasure that I welcome a fellow seeker of knowledge into the fold. We can dispense with the interminable initiation ceremony, yes? Here's your first alembic. Try not to drop it, for there is much work to be done. Yes, much work. There we go. Oopsie. Once again, don't really have anything else. Alchemist is the second to last crafting job. Okay. I see you've managed to take hold of the alembic without injuring yourself. An auspicious beginning. Let us see if we can continue this trend of unexpected success. For your first lesson, I want you to use your weathered alembic there and make me a bottle of distilled water. Distilled water is simply the end result of purifying a murkier sample of life's most vital element. As such, it provides the perfect introduction to one of alchemy's most fundamental processes, taking a material and refining it into a purer form. To perform this rudimentary exercise, you shall require a pail of muddy water and a water shard. The impure water can be purified. Can be purchased from the supplier standing near the entrance to the guild. The name momentarily escapes me. Esmenet? Yes, that was it. If it happens that you find this basic task beyond your abilities, then mayhap alchemy is not a discipline for you, which would be quite upsetting, as I detest the thought of having to select a new assistant. Try not to disappoint me. Okay, so it looks like the muddy water was going to be useful. I did not remember. That is for sure. Right. How much do I need to make this pure, like distilled water? Just one. Wow. I could have just held on to the muddy water. Oh well. I'm gonna get rid of this. Your task is to provide me with one bottle of blah blah blah. Yes. Magnificent. Your transformation into an alchemist has begun. Do you understand the liquid treasure you have made? Yes, it is simply water, but now possessed of almost limitless potential in a properly distilled state. Water provides the base ingredient for all manner of wondrous concoctions. On the other hand, a potion created with impure water is not only unlikely to have the desired effect, it may very well poison the imbiber. Look well upon the substance you have refined, see how crystal clear it has become. Not the most flavorful of liberations, but still refreshing to pour over one's head on a stifling summer afternoon. Tell me, how did you feel in the instant of its purification? Such a fine result must have sent thrills of excited satisfaction down your spine. Yes, I know well that sensation. To clean a pristine drop from a filthy swill, it is a miracle born of mortal artifice. Nothing can compare to that rush of triumph. In a moment when physical laws bend to one's will. Nothing. The greater your mastery of alchemy, the more ecstatic that feeling becomes. Go, fill your chambers with bottles of distilled water, and revel in each success. I return now to my experiments. When next you disturb me, I shall expect your skills to be worthy of a guildmaster's chosen assistant. Here we go. And now to Gridania. Greetings, adventurer. Welcome to the Carpenter's Guild. We are the artisans who take wood and grant it new form and purpose as the archer's bow, the lancer's spear, and the novice's shield. If carpentry holds any appeal, you should consider joining our guild. Might you be interested in learning the ways of woodworking? Wonderful, wonderful. Now, before we proceed, it is only right that I acquaint you with our guild's storied past. Since the founding of Gridania, we have built our homes and crafted our weapons from the trees to the tulip. As our nation grew and prospered, the woodworkers' repertoire expanded to encompass a greater variety of articles, and carpentry developed into an art. At first, there was no association of carpenters. Each individual worked and sold his services independently. However, the advent of watermills meant that more efficient construction methods were needed, along with formalized maintenance regiments. Regimes, whatever. Regiment? I don't know. All of which necessitated organization. The Carpenters Guild was founded to oversee the operation of watermills and promote cooperation between woodworkers. Now, I must mention that at this point that we owe much and more of our prosperity to the Great Loam Growery. Thanks to the hardworking botanist, we are blessed with the finest lumber in all Eorzea. This confluence of ideal circumstances allows us to provide all manner of goods and services to the people of Gridania. My apologies, that was rather longer than I intended. Still, I trust you have gained a greater understanding of our guild. We expect our members to drink deep of the collected wisdom that the guild has amassed over the course of its history, to actively seek an understanding of wood and the techniques required to work it, rather than simply waiting to be taught. We expect, in short, nothing less than total commitment to the craft. If you wish to start down this path, speak to me once more. I shall explain to you the enrollment process. Would you like to learn more about the enrollment process? Wonderful! Wonderful! I was expecting him to say another wonderful. I should mention at this point that Timbermaster Beaton assesses all would-be apprentices personally, so you will need to obtain his approval before you begin. Timbermaster Beaton can be a harsh and unforgiving man, but if you love the craft and have the will to learn, you could ask for no better tutor. He is, quite simply, the finest carpenter in Gridania. Of course, it will take you some time and no small amount of effort to comprehend the full extent of his teachings, but you may rest assured that he will not lead you astray. That said, when you meet him, I would advise you to choose your words carefully and resist the urge to run away. Also, I'm thinking about it. I've gotten some minions which I haven't really... Yeah, I got this thing from the wedding. My curl kitten, I got this thing from the Fates, the puppy, the demon brick. Curl kitten, I also have that one, of course. The burb. Our gentleman man. The demon box. Not sure, let's go and summon this one. Let's go and summon Burb. Another green adventure come to play with Sauce? Well then, I suggest you first speak with the... Oh, you've met with Korg, have you? That is well, but you know that the decision to initiate you into the guild rests with me. Tell me, adventurer, would you have a mind to devote yourself to the art of carpentry? The look on your face bespeaks determination, or mayhaps trapped wind. Still, you look strong enough to hold a saw, and if your resolve is indeed genuine, I give you leave to remain, for the time being. However, you are useless to me in your current state. You are as a seedling, some potential, perhaps, but no more like to thrive than perish. Experience is what you require, girl, and I shall give you the means to acquire it. Take this saw, it is old, yes, but sharp as needs be. Now prove to me that you are not completely incompetent by taking up your new tool. Once you have done so, present yourself to me for inspection. I'm kind of wondering though, can this bird like... Can this bird sit on my shoulder? Or not? No. I don't think so. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, let's go and make a new thing for carpenter. Good, you have proven to me that you know how to grip a saw. But do not mistake it for a mere tool, for it is a part of you, of your arm. And can you put down a part of your arm? No. Mark me then. If you do put it down, and worse, lose the bloody thing, I shall use mine own saw to demonstrate to you the pain of losing a limb. Ah, but I jest. One-armed carpenters are scarcely half as useful, in my experience. In any case, merely holding a saw does not make you a carpenter. Whatever some might think, you must become one with it, and learn to feel it as you work the wood. To which you must first know the wood. Demonstrate your knowledge by bringing me a length of maple lumber. Maple lumber is made from maple logs, just so. Our man Feriol by the entrance will furnish you with some logs for a nominal price. Of course, any fool knows that fresh-cut logs are laden with water. To guard against the decay, we use wind charge to hasten the natural drying process. Do not forget to do the same. Alright, so how much is it again for this thing? It's 3 logs for some lumber. 1, 2, 3. As I mentioned before, Feriol has maple logs. Yeah, whatever. Yes, I feel it. The wood tells all. There were no careless cuts. Saw and carpenter moved as one, as if dancing. Do you see this grain, how it flows softly, like syrup? Durable yet pliant, suitable for weapons and armor both. This, child, is maple. Trace the grain with your fingertips, and memorize the lines. Consider every characteristic when choosing your material. That is what it means to know the wood. The maple lumber you have brought me is acceptable. You have passed the first test. Yet for all it has grown, your knowledge is still lacking. You must needs learn more. A true carpenter knows the qualities and uses of every tree in the forest. When you know the lines of the maple better than those upon your own hand, return to me. I shall have another test for you. Until then, child. He gave me his wood. Right. I have so many of these hempen cord, that's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm just gonna go and sell those, basically. Once I get my chance, they'll be gone in a matter of seconds. Yeah, eat. Greetings and welcome to the Leatherworkers Guild. Here we provide the finest leather goods, taking care to honor the lives from which were sacrificed for their creation. Our leather armor is worn by the archers and lancers of this great nation, and favored by all who prefer that their protection does not come at a cost to mobility. If you wish to place an order, I bid you visit ffXIV Fineries. If, on the other hand, you have a mind to join our guild, I shall be happy to assist you. Might you be interested in becoming a leatherworker? Nothing would make me happier than to welcome a new initiate into our ranks. However, it is essential that you first understand the burden that every leatherworker must bear. As you cannot have failed to notice, the Twelvewood is blessed with an abundance of life, and we Gudanians have long hunted the forest creatures for both nourishment and clothing. But Gudania is unlike any other place. The elementals that watch over the Twelvewood have never looked kindly on the taking of life, and those who flout their governance do so at their own peril. The elementals decreed that life not be taken without due necessity, and so the Trappers' League was formed to regulate the hunting of animals. The Leatherworkers Guild was subsequently founded to manage the fair and equitable distribution of pelts. Nowadays, adventurers are a major supplier of pelts, and leather goods have become widespread, but in times past they were rare and precious. The Leatherworkers Guild has not forgotten those times. We treat leather with no less respect than the living creatures whence it comes, and craft goods of the highest quality. In so doing, we honor the lives lost and minimize the need of further killing, an oft-forgotten benefit of our product's surpassing durability. Our guild is also the sole producer of the famous ffXIV brand of leather goods, the pride of Gudania. These products represent the ultimate expression of our core tenets and the transcendent technique which shaped them. Know, though, that being a guild member does not automatically make you a ffXIV artisan. You must earn the right to become one. For most of the leatherworkers here, having the fruit of their labor bear the ffXIV brand is yet a distant dream. That is a life which awaits you, should you choose to walk the path. Success will not be handed to you, but I guarantee that you will have the opportunity to seize it. So if you wish to make a name for yourself and craft the goods with which are the envy of all, you have come to the right place. Speak to me once more if you wish to learn about the enrollment process. Have you decided to join the Leatherworkers Guild? Very well, I invite you to speak with Guildmaster Jiva. She is a brilliant artisan, personally responsible for the creation of countless ffXIV products. You have doubtless heard her name before. The Guildmaster's patterns are uniformly elegant, and with them even novice craftsmen can cut their materials with minimal waste. It is for her to decide if you are fit to join us. She can be found in the work area within. Present yourself to her and do not waver in your determination. So, you wish to become a leather worker. If you've spoken with Randall, then you've been told what it means to work with leather, the weight you must carry, the responsibility you must bear. Not just to the elementals, mind you, but also to the guild. Our craftsmanship is unrivaled, and each member is expected to live up to that reputation. Once you join, there's no turning back. If you dishonor us, I shall flay you myself and make a chocobo saddle from your hide. Will you swear to uphold our traditions and be the best leather worker you can be? Very well. You may learn our craft within these walls. Though you seem ill-equipped to do that even. I will give you a head knife to help you on your way, but the rest is up to you. Do not presume that your association with us means your work will bear the ffXIV name. I think in any case it's ffXIV or ffXIV. I have no idea. Anyway, or ffXIV? ffXIV? Until you prove yourself worthy, you will not be permitted to so much as touch a ffXIV product, much less craft one. Madam, if we're to continue with your initiation, you need to put that knife in your hand first. Talk to me when you're ready to begin. Right, so we get a weathered head knife. As we get a leather worker. Well, you've passed the first test, gripping your knife by the handle and not the pointy end. Now it's time to see how well you can handle it. Make a circle of leather. You'll need an animal skin to do so. Newcomers to our craft often imagine that they need to hunt in order to obtain the materials, but if you have the sense the gods gave a chocobos ours, you'd realize that's hardly the case. Ask gift over by a receptionist sells most of the items commonly used in our craft. However, she can supply you with earth shards. She cannot supply you with earth shards. And that's it for my advice. The rest is up to you. Once you've made the circle of leather, bring it here to be inspected. I can't say I've great expectations for your work. Just see to it you do not waste good skins. Now away with you. Right, so we just need one animal skin. Give me that one animal skill, please. Skill? Yeah. Animal skill. There we go. I feel like once you have done one crafter, you've done them all. They all, like I said, have almost basically identical... They have just identical skills, I think. So yeah. Isn't it ready yet? Yeah. Blah. Here, have this. This is indeed leather, after a fashion. Your work is amateurish in the extreme. The leather is unevenly tanned and practically unusable. But you show promise. Well, about as much promise as the leather you haphazardly crafted. Still, it is apparent that you pay due respect to the life from which it came. Had you performed any worse, I'd have cast you out without a second thought, but you didn't, so I won't. Approach each task in earnest as you did today, and I'll continue to advise you. However, you alone are responsible for your development. This is a business we're running, and neither I nor your senior have the time to hold your hand. Apply yourself in learning our technique, and return here when you have acquired some skill. Mayhap then I will have an errand for you to run. And now one more! We have to learn the entire history of one more guild. Then I can send all... So I think I'm going to sell all these things and then turn all of these things into seals. And then we're going to continue. I need to be over here. Also, if you're wondering for like the basic ingredients, I think as long as I can buy them from the shops, I will just buy them from the shops. And then all the other things I will have to gather myself, or I have to buy them on the market board, but I'm not doing that because that is... You're literally gonna get ripped off if you do that. Hello there, and welcome to the Botanist Guild. What brings you here today? Interested in becoming a botanist, you say? Then you've come to the right place. At our guild, you can study under some of the finest botanists in all the realm. An enticing proposition, is it not? So what say you? Would you like to add your name to our roll? Excellent. Now you're doubtless eager to dive headlong into the nearest shrubbery, but first a brief explanation of on the origins of the Botanist Guild. Our guild boasts a long history. Its roots can be traced back some 500 years to when our nation was still in its infancy. It was around that time that a precursor organization to our own was established to facilitate communion with the elementals. Ah, but I suspect you're already confused, not being forest-born. Let me put it in a way that your kind would understand. The 12th Wood doesn't belong to man, but almighty beings known as the elementals. It is by their leave that we Gridanians dwell in the forest, and it is by their leave that we receive of its bounty. Ever since mankind settled in the 12th Wood, it has been necessary for us to obtain the elementals' permission prior to taking aught else of their domain. Historically, this was a rather involved process, in that only a precious few could actually commune with them, specifically those conjurers blessed with the abilities to hear the elementals, aptly known as hearers. In order to relay the elementals' will to the botanists in a more timely manner, a new organization was formed, with a hearer as its mouth and ears. This organization would eventually evolve to become the Botanist Guild. To this day, the guild employs the service of a hearer who offers guidance to our members, yet this is no longer our organization's sole concern. We also seek to promulgate correct harvesting practices. That is, practices which honor the will of the elementals. And that, my friend, is the story of how our guild came to be. I trust you have a newfound appreciation for the work we do. Now, with all this talk of elementals and communing, mayhap you're wondering whether you're fit to join us. Well, you may cast such doubts aside. You don't need to have been raised as a good little forest-born girl to be a botanist, nor do you need to know the secret forest-born salute. You just need a healthy respect for nature and the will to learn. If you honestly believe you possess these things, it would be my pleasure to recommend you to our guildmaster. Please wait a moment while I see to the formalities. Speak to me again when you are ready to begin the enrollment procedure. Music to my ears. It will be my pleasure to refer you to Guildmaster ffXIV. Our Guildmaster's knowledge of nature is second to none. One need only witness her uncanny knack for spotting the finest timber to see that hers is a truly God-given talent. It is for this reason that she holds the title of First Botanist. Oh, but you need not be overawed, for she is the kindliest of souls. You will find the Guildmaster just outside this building. Seek her out and impress upon her your desire to become a botanist. Akeno the bird does go sit on my shoulder from time to time. It just doesn't always listen. I'm ffXIV, the master of this guild. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I take it Leon Colt has given you an overview of our of botany already? Well then, I suppose I had better continue where I left off. All Gridanians may rightly claim to share a close relationship with nature, but none is so intimate as that of the botanist. It is our calling to nurture the natural environment for the mutual benefit of man and wood. But even as nature holds us in her loving embrace, providing for our every need, she is at heart an unsentimental creature, one that will take life just as readily as she gives it. Being a botanist means coming face to face with this uncomfortable truth on a regular basis. Knowing this, do you still wish to walk our path? The look in your eye bespeaks the passion in your heart. Very well, I bid you welcome to the Botanist Guild. To help you on your way, I present you with this hatchet. Take it up, and then present yourself to me again. I would assign you your first task as a botanist of the guild. A weathered hatchet. And the final one of these. And there we go. I see you have your hatchet on you. Very good. A botanist hatchet is his livelihood. Never forget this. If you fail to keep its blade clean and keen, your efforts will yield you naught but sweat and splinters. But let us see about your first task. Ah yes, to help you grasp the basics of botany, I would like you to gather 10 pots worth of latex. The force yields to us many and more resources. It is the botanist's job to know what can be found and where. If it is latex you require, you should do well to search just outside the Blue Badger Gate or the Yellow Serpent Gate. Seek out the mature trees that stand in those areas, and then put your hatchet to use. I wish you well. Right. So now we have triangulate. I'm also going to put my mount on. And let's go to Central Shard. Finding mature trees. Very similar to the mining one. The game in the beginning it literally tells you where to find these spots. I think most of the time they do. But they tell you basically literally where it is in like the quest description. However, finding them. Oh right, need to put triangulate on. There we go. Elegant snail. Oh my god. Right, let's go and gather. I'm just going to gather one of all of these once again so I can level up. As we just got the trait auto triangulate. Which is an interesting one. It's like, don't forget to use triangulate, and then it's like, alright, now you have automatic now you have the automatic trait. Go into this and then get the rest of the latex that I still need. You can collect these things like individually like I'm doing right now. Or you can just click quick gathering and then you're just gonna keep gathering until the node is empty. Which I will show off right now. You have a quick gathering, choose whatever you want. And your character's gonna keep mining it or gathering it until you have all that you are required to have. As we learn Field Mastery 2 also. You also learn Arbor Call 2. So Arbor Call 2 serves the landscape to locate the highest level mature tree or lush vegetation within the skill range. Let's go and get 2 more of these. I have 400. How many of these? Whoa, how do I have so many? Where did I get these? Well, I guess not too big of a surprise. Usually happens with... yeah, you get a lot of these from the quest too, so it all starts to add up after a while. Alright, back to Gridania. I'm always so surprised at how long it takes me to actually, like, get all these things and go to, like, all of the text of these NPCs. And I'm like, I did not expect getting the rest of these drops to take another hour. But it did. And here we are. How goes the gathering effort? Unless you forget. Yeah, I know where to find latex. Oh, trust me, I know where to find latex. Ah, yes, precisely 10 pots of latex, just as I instructed. You have done well. Latex is easy to find and equally easy to harvest. As such, collecting the stuff is an ideal task for young botanists who are luring their way around the hatchet. Yet know that being able to swing such said tool does not make you a botanist. You must also possess the knowledge to locate the resources you seek. That will be all from me for the present. I urge you to keep honing your senses and skills as a botanist. Gather near and far and learn from your experiences. I look forward to seeing you again when you have become better acquainted with our trade. Till then, I bid you happy gathering. And since I am level 5, I can equip these things, and we can also just go and continue. We can do the next one. Hello again, Lynn. I am told you've been putting your hatchet to good use. Well done. Yet, as I mentioned before, hacking away at trees does not make you a botanist. You must also strive to deepen your understanding of nature. I say this in the knowledge that you have done just that. Whether you realize it or not, you have the air of a woman who is at ease with the world around her. I do believe you are ready for your next task. I would like you to go to Trees Peak and there harvest 10 pots worth of maple sap. Once you have enough, pray deliver the sap to Cicely. She will be pleased to receive it. Off you go, Ellen. Maple syrup. Oh, that's the wrong menu. Maple sap. Not maple syrup, maple sap. Also, now that we have crafters and gatherers unlocked, it allows us to finally go and do this quest too. By the way. At least I think so. That's still a confusing little thing. We'll get to that when we get to it. I've already worked on a lot of the other beast type reputation stuff. So we're definitely getting somewhere. Right, let me once again go and just gather all of these so I can get the big ol' XP bonus from gathering new stuff. Logging the hours. Oh, these achievements are stupid. Right. Gatherer's Boon. When gathering, there's a chance of triggering the Gatherer's Boon effect, which will grant an additional item that during that gathering attempt. The higher your perception rating, the better chance you have of triggering the effect. So you see that 1% underneath? There's a 1% chance now that I will get a second produce from this. From one hit. However, that's not gonna happen. At least I don't think so. Maple sap. Maple sap. Gotta get myself some maple sap. Can I harvest this tree? Right. Just going to get one more of these and then get some more earth crystals while I'm at it. As you can see, gathering these crystals can be a pain in the butt. But there's a couple of skills that allow you to get more than just, you know, one per strike. But that is something we will get to when we get to it. Cannot really say much else aside from that. Hello. On a quest for maple sap, then your best bet is to search the vicinity of the blah blah blah. Oh, I forgot to block the chat again. Haha. Ah, the maple sap I requested. Then you must be the new botanist ffXIV has been fussing over. Ah, but where are my manners? Thank you. Why do I need this stuff? So much of this stuff? Well, allow me to explain. It's the very least I can do after all you've done. Boiling maple sap causes it to thicken into a sweet syrup called, you guessed it, maple syrup. From maple syrup we can make maple sugar, an ingredient used in various recipes, particularly confectionery, Jesus, from cakes and tarts to toffees, I have no idea, and chocolates. In short, all things that children love. You've probably guessed it by now, but the maple sap you harvested will be used to make sweets for the children, those poor souls who were orphaned by the calamity. They may put on a brave face, but their eyes reveal the depths of their sorrow. There's precious little joy left in their lives. But Gridania hasn't, or won't abandon them. No matter your walk of life, there's always something you can do to help. Though it may only last a fleeting moment, a single smile of theirs is worth all the effort. My apologies, I got carried away. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. In addition to maple sap, we botanists gathered various other kinds of foodstuffs. As such, we work quite closely with culinarians, those disciples of the hand who excel at cooking. We're also in good terms with woodworkers and weavers, as both are reliant upon us to supply the lumber and fiber they need for their respective crafts. As botanists, it behooves us to learn what manner of materials are used in crafting, and there's no better way to do so than firsthand. If you have an interest, you might consider dabbling in one of the disciplines out there. I urge you to make a habit of reviewing the gathering log. As your knowledge of botany grows, more of its contents will become comprehensible to you. Well, I'd best see to the maple sap. It was loving talking to you. Right, and now let me go and get these ones, because I don't have gloves quite yet. Also a bronze hatchet. There we go. Is there any other tool that I haven't gotten quite yet? Okay, no. Alright, my friends, so that is going to conclude this episode of Just How I Was Playing Final Fantasy XIV. Next episode, we're going to go and continue with leveling these up and continue doing the quest. Normally, they should go faster now, because of the entire part where we're already done with the introductions. So, now it's just doing the quest. And most of them aren't really that long. Anyway, goodbye.